Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day soap today in a cylinder type mold. This is just a chip can, and the goal here, I have inside of it a paper towel empty roll. I want to do two different pours and then drag a chopstick through the center to hopefully get a heart design in every soap. Never tried this before. It actually dawned on me yesterday. I was thinking about this idea and I'm like, I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. I coated this also in just a little bit of indigo powder. I really like the way indigo powder looks when I'm doing like a pencil line in a soap. I don't know if this will actually stick in between the layers that I'll be pouring, but it's worth a shot, so no harm if it doesn't. My soap batter here, I'm going to add my super fat and my fragrance, natural cocoa butter and organic shea butter. And the fragrance, it's a really girly fragrance. It's one that I've used before, so I know it's not gonna go too fast on me. It is a Bath and Body Works type called Paris Nights. I really like it. It is a jasmine, clementine, and Cabernet musk, I think they describe it as. And it smells like a really fancy perfume. I'm just gonna blend this up here. I did not do a water discount last time I worked with this fragrance, so that might make things get a little bit thicker, but as long as it doesn't seize up, I'm pretty much good for the design I'm going for, so I'm not worried about it. My outer layer I'm going to color with some Orchid Ultramarine, and the swirl is going to be coral and white. Go ahead and divide my soap up. The tricky part is I know how much the whole batch needs to be to fill up the tube. I'm not sure the proportions to the inside versus the outside. So hopefully, I think they're probably about roughly even. So if I split this up, half here and then a quarter in each of my other colors for the inside of the heart, I should be okay. Hopefully. Guesstimating here, but that's about even, and I split this in half, so let's hope that's enough. I'll stir my colors in. Just the Orchid Ultramarine that I have already dissolved in the oil looks really dark there, but it should lighten up. And I mix it in. Coral is a blend. It was a free sample I got with one of my orders. It's like I think it's got some lake pigments in it, but it's mostly mica and then just titanium dioxide. I have a hard time with pinks coming through really bright when it's just mica. But this guy turns out pretty neon, so that's what we're going for. Get stirred in here. It's a really nice texture. It's kind of what I'm going for. I don't want it to be so thin. Whoops. So thin that it doesn't it leaks through the bottom, where I've got the different tubes going on. But I want it to be thin enough to swirl these portions are where the swirling is going to happen. I'm just going to alternate with the hot pink and the white down the center part and see how that turns out. I have not ever made a soap that's going vertically before, so I'm pretty excited about it. The funny thing is I've got 3 planned in these chip cans, and I'm actually using one of the chip cans I had reserved because I just really wanted to start this instead of the other ones. Sometimes you get an idea and you're like, yeah, I need to do that right now. Sorry. Let's see if I can get right up in there for you guys. I'm going to pour the purple on the outside and the pink and white down the middle, a little bit at a time. I did not line this chip can because I kind of actually cleaned it out. And it's got a coating on it that makes it kind of non-stick-like already, so it doesn't smell like sour cream and onion anymore, though, I promise. Alright, we do have a little bit more in the center than we do on the outsides, which is interesting. So now we know that it's not exactly even. Still have a tiny bit of white in my cup too, but it's not fitting in the center, obviously. And it's very awkward to fill this thing, as you can see. I've been struggling a little bit. They're getting a little thick. It's still workable. It's like kind of like yogurt right now. Not Greek yogurt, like regular yogurt. I'm just kind of trying to get every last bit in there. And I know when I take this out, it's going to fill up the extra space at the top too. So I want to leave just a tiny bit of room. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Just taking my tube out now. This top slice is going to be kind of funny looking because of the way everything's going to be blended. I'm hoping we get a nice color difference down the center. So when I drag through, we kind of get that heart shape. Scraping as I go. Thinking about doing this soap in like a log mold, but I thought to myself, it's going to be hard to get that inner bit of soap round enough to where when you drag through it that it looks like a heart. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. So let me try something. I can make a circle shape right down the center, but we shall see if it works or not. Yeah, because of the difference in the soap batter, this top one is going to look weird. I'll probably shave off a good amount of that one. Knocking indicator of the center. The goal is, though, put my chopstick down over here and then drag it straight back, and that hopefully the difference in the soap colors we get a heart. We can actually see that it looks like a heart. That'll apply even pressure on the chopstick too, so it drags evenly down the comb. Just a little bit off to the side, pull it up. Whew, moment of truth will be tomorrow. Tap this out over here for a second. Alright, yeah, we'll see tomorrow if we get any parts when I cut it open. See you in the future. Morning, guys. Welcome to the future. It's been almost 24 hours. I just unpeeled my chip can off of my soap. That's the top. I ended up having in my cup leftover with some white soap batter, and I thought I don't want to waste that. I'll just slap it on the top and, you know, cut it off, and that won't be for sale. You do see the ring of indigo where it had kind of fallen off of my paper tube. random bits that got on the side of the chip tube as well. I'll be honest, I'm not holding my breath about getting any hearts in this soap. I just feel like it's not gonna turn out. But hopefully it looks cool anyways. I don't know. You get that feeling and you're like, man, it's just not gonna be like how I wanted. But let's get cutting and find out for sure. I should probably do a tiny sliver off the end first. Not quite a heart, but it's not bad. Obviously, you can see here as well that this really isn't very purple. It's just basically beige. It's like not that orchid color I was going for at all. I must have needed to use a lot more than what I did. What can you do, right? The colors on the inside are very pretty though. And what I'm noticing here, when you're dragging and making shapes with a chopstick or skewer or what have you, the batter needs to be a little bit thinner for that drag to really look, you know, just for it to do what it's supposed to do. So I'm guessing here it would just got a little bit too thick. But let's keep cutting. We might get one really good heart shape out of it all. Just doing inch bars here. Not a heart at all. Just a pink circle. What? Here with baby, as you can probably obviously tell, I don't play with kids' toys when I'm hanging out by myself. It is Saturday morning before Christmas. Here we have the white. Another thing that if this batter would have been thinner, what it would have done is hopefully make more of like the tunnels when you're pouring instead of like layering, which is kind of what happened. It doesn't look like a heart, it looks like a butt. Oh well. Maybe I'll get one good heart, but you know what? Not really good, so. It smells good, so there's that. Kind of a heart. Kind of a heart. That's more of that funnel pour look that I was going for, where you can see both pink and white. A little bit more what I was going for. Not an even heart though. That's kind of pretty though. I mean, it's the opposite of that, but it's prettier here for some reason. Hey girl, Tesla. Okay. They're boring white. Luckily this side's cool. Hey, look how cool. And I'm not over here, not cool at all. I'm a little disappointed, and as you can see, we don't have a ring of indigo either. We don't have like that pencil line. Oh, so sorry about that chiming noise on the computer. I don't know what I'm gonna end up calling these soaps. I'm gonna go with Heart's Desire, but Butt's Desire doesn't really have the same ring to it. I think I might have at least one more bar before the top starts to get weird because of how I ended up like ending the soap. That's kind of cool. It's a little blush spot right there. Overall, heavily disappointed with the way this is looking. Do this last one and then let's see what we've got. Should have stuck with my cylinder ideas that I've been planning for a couple months now. That one's kind of okay. not a heart-like shape, but it's still cooler than just a plain blob in the middle. And that actually might be the coolest one, and that's the top. I'm going to end up making this into a usable bar, because I like the design on that side. Just going to shave off the weird top part. These would probably only weigh like 3 or so ounces. Oh wow. Yeah, that was where I scraped everything off of the paper towel tube. And you can see little bits of indigo in there, and then just lots of random swirls. Just from how it landed naturally. So, here's the heart side-ish. See, I could be very tricky and be like, look, they're heart soaps, and then not show everybody the other side. But I won't do that. I'll be like, hey, look, this was my goal, and this is what happened. Anyways, that is that. This is everything that I did here with this batch. Hope you liked it. I'll probably try this technique again. Probably not until next Valentine's Day, though, and I'll know that I'll have to have thinner trace. But thank you for watching. Hopefully I got some more success stories in the future for you. Thanks, guys. Hello again. So, I know I said I wasn't going to try this again until next Valentine's Day, but I lied. I decided, you know what, I really want to give it one more shot. I really think I could get a heart if I make a thinner trace. I did not do a water discount with this soap, but it did end up getting thicker by the time I dragged my chopstick through it. I didn't videotape that part because it was later on in the night when I made it, and my computer was not down here, and I was just like, screw it. So I didn't videotape the making. Kind of wish I did, because some interesting stuff happened. I did a fragrance that is called Mandarin and Rose, and it smells like, as you would imagine, mandarin oranges and roses. It's not a strong rose scent. It's not super floral. It just sort of softens out the sweetness. It's a water-soluble fragrance, so I think it just has the polysorbate in it. It turned my batter gray. I have the outer layer here. I'm doing rose hip powder, which turns that nice burgundy I discovered in my English Roses soap. And then on the inside, I did orange, pink, and white swirls. And the whole thing was gray and just dingy and, oh, it was weird. And that seemed to have gone away. So that's a plus. This obviously has not turned burgundy yet. It just looks like light speckles. And this obviously isn't a heart shape either, because the bottom, when it was thinner, it leaked out the bottom a little bit of my paper tube. We'll see if we go further if we do have any hearts. Still not holding my breath, but I really wanted to try again. So let's go. It smells really good. I like this fragrance, and I got it with the hope of doing like a liquid shampoo eventually, which I'm still going to try, but I wanted to make a regular soap with it, and I did. We're kind of soft still because of my lack of water discount. But I did add my sodium lactate. Okay. It's looking like we're not focusing real good over here. It's pretty. I didn't drag straight enough for that to look like a heart. I'm probably going to end up selling these soaps as a set because I don't know if anybody's going to want them on their own. The plus side to it being a thin trace while I was pouring it is that it swirled down the center nicely, I think. I'll have to see when we get the rest of the way through. I'm really happy the gray color went away because that was troubling. It was gray, guys. It was really gray. That's kind of cute, kind of. Showed Chris yesterday. I'm like, see, I was going for a heart, but I kind of got this butt shape. He's like, well, it looks like an apricot or something. I'm like, yeah, fish are right, but apricots look like butts. So that's what I get. I'm really hoping that the edges darken. See, this would have even been a heart because I did it crooked. Dang. Camera focus. They still look cool though. Like, I still think they look pretty nice. Not sure if it's my fragrance that accelerated it or what this time. And it really didn't. It was only thick by the time I was ready to do the swirl part. It was very nice and liquid as I was pouring. It just took a while to pour because getting the outer layer, it's really not a wide area that I'm working with, and that's kind of hard to get the pour going. Well, that's pretty. Not quite a heart, but I mean, super lopsided heart, but I still like the swirls. I'm wondering if this orange is gonna turn more orange as well. I used this orange in my Be Sweet honey almond soap, and that got really orange. And I really like the color of that. And I thought for mandarin and rose fragrance, pink and orange would go really good together. So hopefully that turns a little bit more orange. I don't even know at this point. It's been so many colors so far. Okay. That one would have been a good heart had it not gotten so thick. Still cool though. Smells yummy, yummy. Let's see, what did I add to this? I added the rosehip powder, I added argan oil, and the rice bran oil that's in my diluted colors already. Oh, and rosehip extract. I forgot I had that back there. It's in the back of my fragrance and additive container. I haven't used it for a while. But you know what? Let's rosehip soap up. That one wanted to be a heart too. I think my hearts are crooked towards the bottom because it's very hard to get the tube centered at the bottom. I like that. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect heart. I am officially done with this technique for this Valentine season. I'm not lying this time. Can't afford to make another one of these soaps and have it not work out, but maybe by next year I'll have a fragrance that I'm positive is going to stay nice and liquid. So I really would like to perfect this. This soap is sticky today. Oh, and there is the end where it got weird. Look at that though. Like a little bit of a blush. That makes it look a lot like a peach or something. Well, I like these. Wasn't exactly what I was going for, but I am pleased that, I mean, it's going to be a decent soap, whether or not it did what I wanted it to. As far as the actual soap goes. Oh, and this one has no swirls in it. I mean, a tiny bit there, but that's solid rosehip there, so that'll probably be samples or for me, something like that. But I did get 8 discs, just like the last one. Let me grab one real quick to do side by side. They actually look more alike than I would have expected or went for. Really hoping this gets dark though. That'll give it some visual interest and something to change it. This is the Paris Night fragrance, which is really romantic, like really, really good perfume. And then here is the Mandarin Rose, which is like sweeter and yummier. Yeah, alright. Not perfect, not exactly what I was going for, but I hope you enjoyed watching anyways. Thank you guys.